Hello, this video is about downloading credit card and bank records into QuickBooks Online. I'm recording this February 2nd, 2018. I'm learning how to do this for the first time, and it's been a difficult process, but it's starting to make sense. So I wanted to just give an overview to get you started. This is not going to be a perfect overview, nor will it be exhaustive, but I think it will be helpful to get you back into this process if you haven't done this for a while and you've forgotten how it works. So here's where my connected accounts sit on my QuickBooks Online dashboard. And with Capital One, occasionally you have to take some steps to verify your account with Capital One. I just did that yesterday, so I don't have to do it right now. So right now what this indicates is that there are transactions that have been downloaded and they need to be reviewed before they can be entered into my QuickBooks. So we'll start with the credit card, Capital One card. Just as an overview, we have the records that need to be reviewed here in this tab, and that's what I have open now. And then among those records we have all of the records, and then we have the ones that were already recognized by QuickBooks and they've been categorized or by account, and they can simply be added. Although what I've learned right away is that it's very important to match every one of these records, and I didn't know this when I uploaded credit card records in the past. When you upload credit card records or bank records, you need to match them to see if they have a match, to see if there was already an event in my QuickBooks system for that particular transaction, so that I don't enter the transaction twice. And I just realized that I had been doing that for a couple of years. When I uploaded or downloaded credit card transactions, I didn't match them with transactions I already had in QuickBooks, and what that resulted in is my payments of my credit card bill were being entered twice. Once when I wrote the check, and then a second time when I uploaded the charges from the credit card company. So I had to go through and delete a bunch of payments. So it's just very important with every one of these records to click on them. That opens that up, and then to find the match, which opens this window up. And in this case there are no matching transactions, probably because it's a more recent one. This is the information up in this area. It's the information from the credit card record, the amount of the charge, the date of the charge, and then there are records down here that are already in QuickBooks. So if any of these match this in terms of the date and the payment or amount received sum there, then you'll be able to match those, and then it just takes care of everything for you. So you just work down the records here one at a time, find a match. If there is no match, then you just hit add, and you're done with it. But it's very, very important to always find a match. I think at this point a lot of the accounts are already going to be identified for me, because the payee is obviously linked to a specific account, and once I've done that for a payee, then it just does it for me automatically. Intuit is office supplies every time. I'm not even sure what these Intuit payments are. Forestry suppliers, field supplies, Wisconsin Wetlands Association, professional development, so on and so forth. So now that I've gotten the hang of this, I think it's going to be pretty easy. I'll go back to dashboard and look at my Heartland Business checking account. Now, unlike my credit card, my checking account transactions almost always have a pre-existing QuickBooks event with which they need to be matched in almost every case, because everything I do in my checking account I've already done in QuickBooks. In other words, I've written a check, I have received a payment, I've issued an invoice. So there's almost always going to be a a pre-existing event in QuickBooks to match the bank transaction to. The exceptions to that are the checks I write directly out of my bank account, other than those that I write to my credit card company. The payments to my credit card company, to Capital One, which I make out directly out of my checking account, not by writing a check, but electronically, those are recorded when I upload my credit card charges. So it's very important. I think it's probably a good idea to do my credit card charges first, so those payments of my credit card bills go into the system, and then when I find a payment to my credit card company, like right here, for example, BPV Capital One, then I look for a match. Let's see if I can find a match there. Yeah, see, look, 4/5/2017, 8/99/10. That's already in there, and the reason it's in there. So now I'll just check that. Save. There, it's matched and added. Yeah, well, I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of confusing myself the more I talk here, but I just wanted to give an overview so you would, in case you needed that to get back into this process. Remember, there's for review. This tab here is the transactions I've already added to QuickBooks. I can always undo those if I screwed them up. Excluded, not really sure what that's for. For review, and then all, and then recognize. And one other thing I want to mention briefly is I never really figured out what transfer is. I use find match or I add them. I don't really know what transfer is. When I've hit transfer, it seems to do the same thing as hitting add. So, hope this was helpful. Good luck.